Good evening, gamers. I'm at 9001 Mo KC, still without the pet. But I'm gonna call it right here. I don't want to do any more right now. And hopefully I get the pet eventually before 4 times the rate, but only time will tell. What I want to do next is gather some herblore secondaries, and that's the obligatory unfinished potion clip. So hopefully I'll have all of the ingredients for the herbs in my bank. And yeah, that's gonna take a while, but it shouldn't be a huge deal. Good morning, gamers. Forestry Part 2 is out, so I'm just bank standing in Priv, and I'm gonna keep doing this for probably a couple of days. And that should passively get me the pet transmogs and a bunch of those leaves and bark and whatever. And yeah, over time we'll see where it goes, and hopefully I'll never have to do active forestry again. I've spent the last couple of hours doing forestry passively, and it's really clear that only 2 events are worthwhile for me, and those are foxes and pheasants. So from now on, instead of just waiting for events to pop up and hoping that it's one of those 2, I'm going to use the clan chat and just go wherever the events get scouted. If you look into my inventory, I have the fox whistle, and I should be able to transmog the beaver. From now on, the only event I'm gonna be doing is the pheasant event, because that's the only item I still need. We've basically done all of the calculations, and none of the other things from Forestry are worth it for irons, like the 2-handed axe, the sawmill vouchers. All of that isn't really something I'm gonna be camping for. But yeah, that's the beaver transmog done. And it's been about 6 hours, and I got the golden pheasant egg, and that's forestry done. Oh, this fucking pet is tagged because the event NPCs are tagged. Let me just untag this, and yeah, that's the pheasant. I think I'm gonna keep my pet as a fox though, because I think that looks the cutest. But yeah, that's all of the beaver transmogs, and now I'm gonna go back to just woodcutting. I'm currently at 44 mil experience, and I wanna get all the way up to 100 mil, and that's gonna take a couple of months probably. But I might switch it up to other content, but that's the main goal right now. So yesterday I hit 50 million woodcutting XP, and that means I'm halfway done with my goal. Once I hit 100 mil, the plan is to essentially do a bunch of artifacts and some fireborn, and by doing that I'll use up all of the logs I have banked, and that should get me to somewhere around 115 mil firemaking XP. Maybe closer to 118 mil, I haven't really done the super precise math, but somewhere around there. Then also, since I'm gonna be doing crafting at the same time, I'm probably gonna get up to like 30 mil crafting or 40 mil. Again, haven't done the exact math, but I think somewhere around that ballpark. And once that's done, the goal is to head up to Wintertodt, finish up 125 mil firemaking, hopefully get the phoenix pet. Again, I don't know if I will. And yeah, after that I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to take a small break for mining at some point to get some more sand, but that's not really something like super significant. So yeah, I'm mostly waiting for the Chambers of Xeric changes whenever they come out, and once those are out, I think I'm gonna take a small break from skilling and hopefully get my prayer scrolls. I know I've been saying that for I guess a year now, maybe even more, but you know, it has to happen eventually. And yeah, after that there's a bunch of things I could be doing, but for the moment I'm really enjoying skilling, so there's no real, strong desire to go into PVM. So I thought I'd do a quick update on my account progress. Currently, I have something along the lines of 10,000 Torfate potions banked, so I'm gonna start telegrabbing wines relatively regularly. Now, since the respawn mechanics of items still work based on player counts, I can only do this for a couple of hours a day, so it's not gonna get done anytime soon because I need pretty full worlds to be able to do it, and that only happens for 5 or 6 hours a day. Now, the other thing I've been working on is woodcutting. I have a white stack of redwood logs right now, and 60 mil woodcutting XP. So, yeah, those are basically the things I've been working on, and I'm gonna keep working on those. Getting through all of my dwarf feats should get me to about 25 mil herblore, which is actually kinda interesting, because getting to 99 herblore was a huge grind, but from 99 to 25 mil, it's basically just been a breeze. So Leagues is coming out today, and I don't really plan on going hard on it or making videos. I'm probably gonna play it on and off for the 2 months it's out. I'm probably gonna play a bit on release, maybe see how far I can go while still having fun, and then the plan is to essentially just log in after the league has been solved and just do a bunch of tasks and get some cosmetics. If anything cool happens, I guess I'll put it into this video, but I really doubt that something noteworthy is gonna come out of it. So yeah, that's just a quick update. I'm still woodcutting, I'm still telegrabbing vines whenever the player count is high, and yeah, that's still gonna be the main thing I'm doing in the game. Ignore my current name, but that's the baby Mo, 9679 KC, over 3 times the rate. Oh my god, I've been grinding this for almost a year now, I guess, 8 months or something, and yeah, I finally have it. And this was the first trip of the day, by the way. Oh my god. Good morning, gamers. I finally managed to get myself the Herby pet. It took 9,721 harvests, and I'm currently at 38 million hunter, 25 million of which I'm pretty sure after 99 were herbivore, because I don't think I've done any other hunter long term. And before 99 I also did I think 1,000 herbivore harvests, so it's super cool to see. But yeah, that's my 11th pet, and I'm getting actually pretty close to having all of the skilling related pets. If I go into my collection log, there's obviously the skilling pet tab, and that requires a Chinchomp and Drift Guardian, which I'll probably be working on in the future. But when you go to all pets, there's still a couple that I'm missing. So Phoenix, obviously, Temporus, and then Abyssal Protector on top of the actual skilling pets. So I'm just 5 away from having just all of them. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to Wintertodt and just do that for a while. Because before, when I was accounting for 50 mil XP just to keep it safe, I was miscalculating some things a tiny bit, and it turns out that I'm safe at 60 mil. So I'm gonna do another 10 mil, and that should get me up to 63 mil firemaking. And yeah, that should be it for firemaking until 200 mil at Wintertodt. I've also been doing a tiny bit of woodcutting, but I haven't made that much progress on it, because I've mostly just been doing herbivore. And I've also started banking carambans, and yeah, my fishing hasn't gone up that much, but overall I think it's a really nice AFK activity just because it helps cooking a lot. I hit 25 mil recently, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's time to start working on different grinds, and I didn't even get to make any clips out of the Herby grind, because I was waiting until 10k harvest counts, and I got it just before 10. So yeah, it's really nice to actually be getting pets for once, and I'm gonna see if I can continue getting the pets that I'm dry on just by doing more Wintertodt. And there's the Phoenix. It's only been a couple days since my Herby pet, and I got it at around 5,800 rolls. I still don't have the firelighters to recolor it. If I look into my bank and look at firelighters, I only have 134 white ones, and that means I should probably do my clue grind soon when it comes to getting the items I need from ECs and hearts. But yeah, I was fully prepared to go 200 mil XP before I got this pet, but this means I'm only 4 pets away from having all of the skilling ones. I've been doing Temporus whenever I'm actively playing the game, and there's a dragon harpoon in my inventory. Okay, it's the same rate as pet, no big deal. 2 dragon harpoons in the collection log, surely one of these is from worms. Nope, both of these are from Temporus, one super early on in my account, and the second one right now. That's kinda painful for 2,481 permits, but you know, is how it is, can't really do anything about it. Still missing the pet and the tome. Whatever, hopefully I get lucky on toes soon enough. Good morning, gamers. I've been casually in a skill of the week competition, so I've just been doing fishing. I don't think I can win because someone dropped 2 insane 6 hours while I was asleep, and I was just chilling most of the week, so can't really catch up. But that's fine. I was just going around basically just banking cooking. I was doing a lot of Temporus and Karambans early on, and then I've just been doing driftnet since. I also learned Teak and herblore properly, so now I have that in my arsenal. It's way too click intensive to sustain for long periods of time, but it's gonna be something I'm gonna be doing every now and then, because that's basically where you want most of your potions to go if you're just skilling on an ironman. But other than that, I'm just essentially gonna be doing driftnets for a while, because it's something that I just kind of want to get through. I have 8,000 banked, and I want to get up to 25 mil fishing before I leave, and then after that I might want to round up my hunter to 50 mil, and I'm just going to do that at black chins because I'm still missing the chin pet. So that's going to be the near future goals. Also, apparently irons can now raid with mains in chambers, and that seems like that might be fun, so I might finally do that. I don't know though, I don't really like chambers, so who knows when I'll get around to it. Other than those two things, I'm probably just gonna keep hunting for the remaining skilling pets. So I just hit 30 mil herb XP, and I'm also basically out of herb seeds. I could get a lot more by doing Slayer, but I'm not really in the mood right now. And I can't do anything super click intensive because my wrist has been acting up, and even something like Firefighter Temporus just isn't super sustainable right now because I don't want to risk getting an actual injury for RuneScape. So I've just been doing the more chiller activities, namely Giant's Foundry, so that's what I want to be working on right now most of the time. Sorry if my voice sounds weird, but I've been sick recently, so the only thing I could really do in game was CMI, and I got the Rift Guardian. I'm currently at 15.7 mil XP, so I think that's about 60% to the drop rate, maybe 70%. So another skilling pet I'm getting lucky on, and I can instantly transmog it to the Greatish Guardian because I got this orb ages ago when I was doing Guardians of the Rift. So my pet streak continues with the Tiny Temper. If I look into the collection log and under Temporus, it's suspiciously not green because I never ended up getting the Dome of Water, so I guess I'll just never have this item in my life. So this is actually getting kinda absurd because it took me months to go from 9 to 10 pets, but then going from 10 to 14 has just not taken any time at all, it feels like. But yeah, this is really cool. I saw I was close to 600 mil total XP, so I used some of my banked Karambans, and yeah, that was pretty nice. I'm just gonna go back to Giant's Foundry now, I think, and spend the rest of the day there, maybe do a chambers run. If I put my case in the chat, that's pretty 8 chambers done, and that means I'm getting pretty close to being on rate for a drop. I think on average I've gotten maybe 18k points per raid, or maybe 15k, so yeah, I'm not super deserving of a purple right now, but we're getting there. So that's my 50th chambers done, and I still haven't gotten any purples. I'm pretty sure I'm dry by now. I think I've been averaging around 20k points per raid recently. I think over my lifetime I should be around 880k points, but I'm not quite sure. So I definitely do deserve a purple, but it's not like I'm horrendously dry. I'm just hoping I get a prayer scroll soon, and then the second one after that. So I decided to torture myself today, and I did 10 raids. What I'm working on right now is figuring out how to do Olm without suiciding any brews. And I also got greedy because I got a really nice layout, so I was like, oh, I'm just not gonna prep, I'm good enough. And then I died 5 times, but it doesn't really matter. So turns out that purples do actually exist in this game. I'm not quite 2 times the drop rate, but I'm pretty close to that. So that's augury. And this is actually pretty perfect, since I want to trigger and augury, no matter what. But if I had gotten trigger first, there would have definitely been a part of me that would have gone like, do I really need this prayer? And yeah, I do. It's so good for tanking. And it's actually a really major DPS increase. You'd think that 10% magical accuracy doesn't really do that much, but it does a lot. And yeah, it's also really good for like wilderness stuff, but that's secondary. Okay, just trigger to go, and I never have to do chambers for like years, probably. Who knows? Also, just for reference, this was the first purple I've had in my life, and I haven't done that many raids, but it feels really good to just not feel like I'm cursed to never get one. Okay, holy shit, I got the dex. So, I got a bit unlucky on the amount of purples I got. I think my raids overall averaged around 23k points, and yeah, I'm 95 raids in, so I got a bit unlucky on how many purples I got, but these are the perfect ones. These are the only 2 purples I wanted, and I got them. Like, obviously getting a Dins would have been super nice, getting a T-bow would have changed the entire game, but, you know, I'm not really looking for a T-bow. I'm fucking done with chambers for probably 3 years, 4 years, who knows. So, the next thing that I'm gonna do probably tomorrow is go learn Tombs of a Mascot, work myself up to at least 300 raid level, and then see what happens from there. That's chambers done. So from Tombs, the only drop I want is a light bearer. I don't really need a fang for anything. I don't really need Masori for anything. A ward would be super nice, but again, not really super necessary yet. I'll go get one at some point, but it can wait for like until I'm done with the rest of the PVM upgrades I want to get. Obviously a shadow would be super good, but I'm not expecting to get one, so that doesn't really matter. So TOA time next, and time to farm out the light bearer, because that's such a massive upgrade. So I decided that before Tombs of a Mascot, I'm gonna grind out the BGS, because it's a master clue step, so I need it anyway, and it's also really nice to have once you like start doing higher in TOA. And I managed to get the Bandos chestplate, so it's not really a super relevant item, but the extra defensives are pretty useful for a lot of places. So I finally got another drop, and it was another Bandos chestplate. I'm at 860 KC, but this chestplate was from a minion, so that's kind of lame. I still just really want the hilt, but I guess that's like 3 buns. I'm now at 1016 kill count, and that's twice the rate for a Bandos hilt. I did manage to pick up another Bandos chestplate, but I'm still pretty damn trying just drops in general. It's not really a big deal yet. I'll do probably another 500 kills in the next couple of days, but it's getting to the point where I just kind of want to leave and do something else, so hopefully I don't have to go 3 times try. So the Desert Treasure 2 combat achievements came out yesterday, and that changed my plans very slightly. Once I get my Bandos hilt, I'm closing in on 1500 KC right now, I'm gonna go to Duke instead of Tombs of a Mascot. Now, there are 2 items I still want for the Inferno, and those are the Ice Quartz and then the Light Bearer. And given that doing TOA before Duke doesn't really make that much sense, since some of the items I could hypothetically get from Duke would be good for TOA, I'm just gonna go to Duke first. If I get any Virtus Spoon, that's gonna be just absolutely massive, but, you know, I'm not really counting on it. And that's immediately the Bandos hilt. I just recorded the last clip like a couple of minutes ago, and I finally got the item. Okay, really glad I didn't have to go like 3000 kills for that, and I should be able to make this into a BGS like immediately. So yeah, that's the item. I'm really happy to be done. I'm probably never going to do Bandos again unless I get to all pets minus Bandos pet. At that point I'll go back. So I got the Ice Quartz pretty early, and that's Duke done for now. Time to go to Toa and get the Light Bearer, and then it's the Infernal Cape. So, it's been 5 kills since I got my Bofa like a year ago. I was just doing a combat achievement, and that's the Blade of Sailor. I guess I'm gonna see how many crystal shards I have if I turn all of my armor seeds in, but That's kind of nice. I might have to few some elves to actually use it, but that's pretty nice to just have on the account, 0 time, no effort. So yeah, this is going to be my best in slot for Vardorvis, Theatre of Blood, and Slayer, so, you know, just kind of a minor upgrade to the account. Since there's no chance I get another drop that beats the Plate of Saildor, I think this is where I'm going to end the episode. Next time, I'm gonna be grinding out the Lightbearer, doing Elite CAs, doing the Inferno, and then maybe going on my Slayer arc again. I don't know if I really wanna do Slayer. I kinda just wanna, have everything I need to go do Slayer. And it would be really nice to also get some Virtus, to get some gear upgrades. But I think the route I'm gonna go down is essentially just going to be a lot of Wilderness Slayer at first, and then once I have that done, I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of bossing, then go to regular Slayer, and then once I'm there, just try to grind out a couple of pets. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a lot of PVM in the next couple of months. Maybe I find a skilling method that really clicks again, but I just haven't really found one. I did do a bunch of foundry. I'm at 28 mil smithing right now, but I don't know how much I want to go back since I'm gonna run out of bars, so I'd rather keep it for the future whenever I feel like doing some more foundry. And yeah, there's a bunch of huge grinds in the future, but PVM is kind of what I'm feeling right now.